right. Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Elkis, and this is your best life defined. I hope I'm finding you well. I hope life is going good for you, at least getting better. The kids are back in school in some places. COVID-19 is still going on. There's still a lot of hate in this country. I don't really understand it. I don't understand. What I really don't understand is how we can wrap our head around the idea of believing in someone we've never met. I mean, I could understand it if your father was telling you something, and maybe that's where it comes from. That's where the feed comes from. Is your people you respect in your life are telling you things about what they believe, and you just follow that lead. So you follow into that thing about the thing you support. But when you just step away from all those external influences, and you just take a look at what you believe based on what you're seeing, really doesn't make much sense for any of us to be standing on the pulpit screaming for the support of someone we've never met. I mean, would you do that for me? Let's say here's a scenario. Hey, listen, dude, can you vouch for me that I'm a great guy, that I'm going to do the right thing and get me a great job? In essence, that's basically what's happening, right? I don't know. I think all that noise, I think we've kind of forgotten what really matters in life. Let's think about how much time we spend on social media, how much time we spend doing things and supporting causes and getting all in people's business about things that really have nothing to do with us. And I know, oh, no, you got to vote. It's the election. Woo, woo, woo. Yes, it is. But you don't have to spend the year leading up to the election making enemies of your family and friends because you have a different belief than them. Let the cards fall where they may, but what point is it to have a discussion about politics with someone you can't have discussions about politics with, right? Doesn't make a bit of sense to me, but yet we do it all the time. When I look at my life, I think, well, what really matters? Well, I know no one is going to remember me for the big-ass house I have, and they're probably not going to remember me for how much money I have. Unless, of course, I give them a bunch of money, which might be a curse. When I look at my life, what really matters to me is what people remember me for from the standpoint of what I have done to help them improve their life. What are you given to this world that is good? I mean, we all have the ability to do good. We do. I see it every day on the news. Most of the nightly news programs end with something positive, something someone has chosen to do that is good. If you're not engaged in those type of thoughts and those type of activities, maybe you should go back and listen to my previous podcast, An Angry Heart. Is Your Heart Angry? I think is the name of it. Go check it out. Because I think we've lost sight of what really matters. You know what matters is that a father gets home. You know what matters is that a mother is not assaulted. What matters is that we find the enjoyment and the love and the kindness and the pleasure of the act of being alive and being able to spend our time with people we love, with people who add value to our life. That's what matters. If you bring it all back to your focus, what are you looking at every day that makes you believe it's okay to yell at someone you don't honestly know? I mean, it's not okay to yell at someone you know, not to say or imply that that's my suggestion. But what I'm saying is, when I look in this country, I see people who are just angry, not because they know who you are, but because of how you look and because of their ideas. And I'll go back to it. I'm going to say this, and sorry if it offends you. I can't do anything about that. You react the way you do, shut it off or don't listen to it. But the truth is, there's a large portion of this country who professes some sort of belief in a higher power that's based on love. How does that work? Come on, get back with me on that. I'd love to hear you explain this one to me. Because if the story's going to be about you saying, well, I'm a soldier for God, I thought, if your God is powerful, he created all this, I don't think he needs your help. I think he probably should listen to what he says, though. He wrote that book about how to love your neighbor as yourself and how not thou shalt not kill. There was those commandments that he wrote, the rules. I don't know. If that's not where you're coming from, then maybe you've forgotten what matters. The reason your life looks like it does isn't because of who's president. It isn't because your life doesn't look like it does because some illegal alien came across the border. Your life looks like it does because you have made choices that brought it there. And if you were born into it, that's fine. But if you're 20 years old, you're married, you're 30, you're married, you're making choices, you buy your own cars, you have your own job. Let's cut all the bullshit about why you are justified in being the way you are. You've got what matters. No one's going to come in and fix you, no matter what happens in the future. I don't care what you're talking about. No matter who gets elected in the future, it's not going to matter. I guarantee you, you're not going to wake up the day after the election with limousines out front and personal servants living in a mansion. You're still going to drag your ass out of bed every day, and you're going to go to work, and you're going to make ends meet, and I guarantee you it's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change is the name of that person that's in office. So it comes back to you. What really matters? Well, let me break this down to you another way. Here's a little story from prison. So I had this friend of mine, and she's a really good person, amazing person. I love her, and I'm working side by side with her, but she had this habit. Every so often when she would just get her buttons pushed by an inmate, she would just go off on him, and she would just raise hell with him. And I'd kind of watched this kind of growing over time, and I'd worked with her for a few years. And one day, she just blew up at this person. She just blew up at this guy, he was clearly in the wrong, and action needed to be taken because of his actions. But she didn't help the situation by throwing gasoline on the fire, right? She over there enraged him, and then she embarrassed him in front of his crew, right? So that was even worse. So he has to fight now. He has no choice. And when I pulled her aside and I had that conversation with her, what I asked her was this: when you look at that situation and how you reacted to it, what does it matter what he's doing? It doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants. The last thing you want to do is jump in the car and allow him to manipulate what you do. Because he made her mad. He got her angry. And she got up, and it was situations like that would make a guy have to fight. I told her, I said, if you do that again, I'm going to have to fight you. Don't do that again. Never do that again. All right? Well, the point I'm making here is that what it comes down to is you. By you defining what matters, all of a sudden your perspective changes. All by defining what matters to you, your perspective changes. Right now, all those things you're standing up arguing about, all those posts on social media about your super duper hero who don't give two shits about you, your opinion about this, your opinion, that doesn't matter. What matters is the action you take every day towards something better. There's no amazing effort in going on social media and posting some words about something, saying something derogatory about someone, or sharing some ad created by people you don't know for people you don't know. Something directed at oppressing people you don't know because of people you don't know. Hating people you don't know because of shit people you don't know have posted. Come on. Come on, you're better than that. We're all better than that. I guess that's what really pisses me off about this whole thing. I keep showing up every day, and I keep expecting the world to say, okay, here we go. We're smarter than this. We can do better than this. I think what it comes down to, and I'm sorry, I'm not apologizing, I guess, in a way, because this is time. I've earned this right. I've earned this right to every once in a while to say, you know what, I've been a nice guy now, but you're kind of running thin on my patience today, if you're picking it up on this. But have we lost sight of what really matters? I mean, come on. If your life is in perfect order, if your finances are right, and you're not swimming in debt, and you love your job, and your life is, and your relationship is going great, and there's just nothing left in your life you can fix, then jump out in the world and start getting your nose in other people's business. Start going out there telling your opinion about this and that, right? But what's ironic is the loudest voices in the world are often the people who live in the most chaos behind the scenes. Come on. Get that video camera around. Let's talk about your finances. Pull your checkbook out on social media. Say, okay, I'm keeping it real with you. I've got this thing going on. I'm going to be hard on everyone else. I've got my opinions, and the reason I can do this is because I am squared away. I'm squared away like a soldier. I'm like squared away. Everything about my life is fixed. All right, I'm done with that one. I think it's okay for me just to go ahead and calm down a little bit now. But my point is simple. The point is made. Are you doing what the stuff you're engaged in? Does it really matter? Sure, I understand. But imagine if you took half the effort you put into social media posts and half the effort you put into your political agenda based on your political superhero, and you put that into your own life, put that into your relationship. Instead of spending an hour and a half on the phone typing all kinds of shit about how you could change the world, why don't you spend an hour and a half cleaning that house? So when she gets home, she's like, damn, dude, you could become irresistible in one single act. I don't know. Do shit that matters. Because what really matters is that you are able to look at the end of your life. At the end of your life, you're able to say, damn, I lived a good one. I lived a good one. I mean, think about it. Would they actually approach you and say, hey, let's make a movie about your life? What? Is that impressive? If you didn't know you and you met you, would you be like, damn, dude's got it together, man. He's squared away. What would you say? What would you do? I don't know. I think I like me. I think if I met me on the street, I'd be like, hey, what's up? I'd be like, yeah, hey, what's up? Maybe not quite like that, but I'm kind of digging who I am. Because I'm doing it. I'm doing it every day. I'm showing up every day. I'm being authentic every day. I'm making sure that I don't leave you behind. I'm bringing you along with me because why not? Why wouldn't you want to wake up with more shit that you love to do than shit you have to do? More stuff that makes you go, yeah, than stuff that makes you go, yeah. You know? I mean, that's just the ticket. You're going to do it. You're going to grind something out every day. Grind something better out every day. And it all starts with figuring out what really matters. So step away from all that noise for a minute. I recommend it. I would not even hesitate to tell you, you're going to hear this a lot more, that I think you need to spend some more time with yourself, silent, quiet, asking yourself questions about why you value the things you value. Spend enough time doing it. I guarantee you what's going to happen is you're going to realize that a lot of the things you're thinking about don't really matter. And there are a lot of things you should think about that do matter that you've ignored. Come on. Running out of time, that clock's ticking. Running out of time, it won't be long. That clock is ticking. Before you know it, you're going to be looking back going, man, 10 years. Wow. Remember when COVID happened? Wow, that was weird, huh? Yeah. What new plagues going on? We got the murder bees or whatever they're called, right? Huh? Murder wasps. Keep it in mind. You know what? Every day that you wake up is another opportunity for you to change something about your life and make it better. It's another opportunity for you to pick up a dream and to say, you know what? I want to be there. I'm going to do what it takes to be there. I'm going to take action every day to be there. I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll jump into this thing I'm trying to do here and say, oh yeah, I think he's got it. I think it's right. Pick some pieces out of this. Harvest your own amazing adventure out of this and start living your best life. Think about it. Until next time, just remember, today is your day. Make it a good one.